Juicing for a health tour here in Charlotte, North Kakalaki. Make some And so my first guest has become a little sister to me. Her name is Reesy Daniel, and she has an incredible story. I met her at, of all places, the farmer's market, the Charlotte Regional Farmer's Market. I was walking around and I saw this young lady with all this light, and I was just drawn to her, and she has become my little sister. And she has an amazing business. Have y'all tried her juices?
Yes.
Y'all been getting juices on with her?
Yes.
Her juices are incredible, but her story is even more incredible. You know, she grew up in foster care, you know, at a very early age.
Yeah.
And now to have a thriving business is just incredible.
Thank you.
And she's helping to change lives. You know, she lost 60 pounds.
Yes.
She reversed IBS and depression.
That's right.
And look at her, all bright, shining like a diamond, you know. And she's here today, and we're just gonna have a conversation about how she did that. How you lose them 60 pounds and you're not on Ozempic? How you do that?
Yeah.
You know, and how you reverse, you know, depression without being on pills and antidepressants and IBS. How do you do that? And so, welcome to the Good Living Now podcast. My little sister and friend, Reesy Daniels.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here. Hi guys, I'm so glad to be here. It is incredible to be sitting next to my big brother. Literally, the way that he said my light drove him to me, I seen his light immediately. You know, sometimes when you just meet somebody and you're like, that person is for me, that connection, that energy, that love, it's just amazing to be here. Thank you for the platform. Thank you for the energy, the love, the support, and most importantly, believing in me, literally.
Wow.
Let's give it up to Harold, y'all.
Well, I appreciate you. When I asked her, she immediately said yes. And you know, to have people in your life like that is important when you're on a journey and you're moving forward.
Yes.
It's so important, the folks that you surround yourself with.
Yes.
You know, you need folks that want to fly with you, you know, that are going somewhere too. Because if folks ain't flying, they want to keep you down.
That's right.
And so let's just start with your journey. You know, you lost the 60 pounds,
Yeah.
reversed the IBS, and depression. And one of the things that a lot of people were interested in when we did our first interview was kind of your story. You had mentioned growing up through foster care.
Yeah.
And is that as a baby did you grow?
Ever since a baby. Every since a baby, I was in foster care. I never had the opportunity to like be with my mother or father. I like bounced from home to home. And that's traumatizing, especially as you grow up as an adult, to feel like no one wants you, to never feel belong, to never feel, and to continue. So I was a foster child ever since a baby, so no one ever adopted me either.
Wow.
As a foster child, you get like this file, the social workers, the foster parents. Many of you, if you went through the classes, you know about the file that you get for the kids. And it's literally the most, I call it modern day slavery. Because in that file, it has not only information about you, but family information, whether there's mental diseases, more health diseases. And people pick and choose out of that book. They go over you. So unfortunately, my birth mom was a schizophrenic, and my dad, I call him a rolling stone because he had 19 kids and 17 different baby mothers. So literally it was, I wasn't the chosen one to them.
Yeah.
So it was incredible to grow up and choose myself and put myself first and remove that.
Right. And how did you get there? Because so many people go through what you have gone through and they're broken. What propelled you forward? How did you, navigate through?
I embrace the brokenness. See, oftentimes people look at someone and they identify them as broken, as if you can't put those pieces back together. I put myself back together, and the stereotype that they thought I was going to be, I changed that all. I changed the whole narrative. The families that I grew up around, I used them as my motivation of what I didn't want to be, who I didn't want to, things I didn't want to do. So I kind of I went through, don't get it twisted. I went through, just like I said in the interview, I went through the road of up and down, homelessness, jail, incarceration, the crazy house when I tried to commit suicide. I went through it, but my motivation was my daughters, and that's one of them right there in the white too, my little team. They were my motivation to keep going. I couldn't be like my birth mother. I couldn't let my girls down. It was a different type of love, and I'm getting a little emotional because they were my, I can be better, I can do better. They were my reason to keep living because I didn't know why I wanted to be here.
They were your why.
They became your why.
They were.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what started you on your transformation? Like, you know, you were 60 pounds heavier.
Yeah.
And the IBS and the depression. What started you to say, okay, I need to do something different. I need to make some changes.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Y'all, I don't know if y'all took a look at my before and after back there on that thing, but that's literally me before when I was at my most unhealthiest. So what it was, I was on social media, and like many of us others, we get on social media and we see other people's lifestyles and we think that we can mimic it. So I seen some ladies drinking some tea, and I was like, okay, I'm about to drink some tea without working out and get myself snapped. Oh my gosh, that was horrible, y'all. I'm telling y'all.
The tea didn't work?
The tea didn't work. The tea was horrible for my body. I'm like, these people be lying on this review. Y'all gotta stop believing social media. They be thinking they be lying. So I drank the tea. Immediately my body told me that it wasn't for me. I was throwing up and maybe too much information, y'all, but I was on a bathroom from both ends. It was coming out. I had only drink a cup. My husband was like, never again. He was like, you will not do this again, because I was literally crying with it. It was just an experience that I never want to go through again. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do that again. Just follow off someone on social media. I'm going to unlearn and relearn. Like you said. I
Wait a minute. Unlearn, say that again. Unlearn to relearn.
Unlearn to relearn. Unlearn to relearn. I started to educate myself. See, knowledge is free, but you got to pay attention first. Yes.
Come on now. Knowledge is free, but you got to pay attention first.
Right. I started to do endless research, and a lot of people always ask me, "See, how did you know where to start?" I didn't. I just started. I just took that step. I'm like, okay, I don't want to do it the doctor way. So how do I find a natural way? Google, natural way. And because Google is free. We literally have a university in our hand, which a lot of people fail to realize. I'm like, you guys use that. Sometimes you got to be careful, because on Google, it'll say things that, crazy things. You'll be diagnosing yourself with stuff that your body doesn't even pertain to. So you got to be careful and know how to research. But that's what I did. I picked up that book. My daughters was my motivation. I was tired of being fat and unhealthy. I wasn't having bowel movements. I was just feeling so horrible. And I'm like, something gotta give. And that's when juicing came.
Come on now.
And so you just started. Because a lot of people ask that question, how do I start?
You just do it.
You just do it.
You just do it.
Yeah.
You just do it. It should be nothing that's holding you back from taking that next step in your health. See, oftentimes we go to the doctor and we allow them to experiment on us. You know, like you said, they were like, okay, this isn't working. I got a pill for that. They got a pill for everything. But not only do they have that pill, they have so many more side effects. Okay, I took that pill. Now I have a tumor. That's all related. Yes. When I started researching, y'all, I understand that you are what you eat, literally. I don't know if y'all heard my big brother when he said he was beginning to feel sluggish. And when he started to heal his body, he felt that energy that he had never felt before. Oh my gosh, that's the most truest thing ever. When I started juicing, a whole different type of spirit opened up. My nickname is Reesy. When I went as a foster child, I wasn't identified as Reesy no more. I was identified as my government name, and I kind of hid that little girl, that inner child in me. I buried her, I boxed her up, I put a lock on it, and I kept her in there. And when I started juicing and just feeling that life, I felt her come back. I felt that child start to heal and release, and I just felt so much love, light, energy. So I launched Juiiced Reesy, the #1 juice bar in the South, and I believed in myself, all because that first step.
Come on, what you need to say? The #1 what?
Juice bar in the South.
Come on now. Come on now.
And so you just started doing your research and you just started experimenting on yourself.
Yeah.
Started making concoctions
I
and
did.
then seeing what worked for you.
I did. I found out what didn't work too.
Uh-huh.
I made myself sick in the beginning of my journey, and a lot of people don't talk about the side effects of juicing. Anytime you go on an influencer site, except for my big brother, because he's telling y'all it all, okay? But sometimes when you go on like YouTube and things like that, they talk about, hey, this juice is for high blood pressure, this juice is for this, but they're not talking about the potential things that you may suffer from in your body. So you got to be careful. Juicing beets, if you suffer from things like gallstones or liver issues, you got to be careful, because not only is it powerful for healing, it's medicine. So if you are on some type of blood thinning medication, you don't want to take things like ginger, because that is a natural blood thinner itself. So it's important that you learn what you're doing, how it works in the body, the components of it, the benefits as well as the side effects, and use it that way. That's what I did.
Yeah. Come on now. And so when you started losing the weight, how long did it take you to lose to 60 pounds?
It took me less than a year to lose that 60 pounds, y'all. Come on, that's 60 pounds. I have been trying forever, and what I noticed was I was getting bigger. When I first started juicing, I was like, looking at the scale, like, why is my weight going up? I just don't understand it. But that's because I didn't know how the body works. First, it eliminates the water, the fat, and things like that. So it's just a whole different process. So you just got to believe and keep going. Keep going. I say that a lot. When I first started juicing, I made myself sick. I was suffering from the irritable bowel syndrome, which is chronic constipation. So I went from having barely any bowel movements a week, 3 at the most, to having one every day. And they were healthy when they first started out. And that's important that we learn to read our bowel movements as well, because our bowel movements will tell us about what's going on in the gut.
Right.
So my bowel movements went from being healthy to unhealthy. So I'm like, I don't know if this is supposed to be right. So I start researching again, because in the beginning of my journey, I just went in. I started juicing. I didn't research which type of fruit or vegetables to juice. So I made myself suffer from chronic diarrhea after healing myself from the irritable bowel syndrome. And it was because I was doing too much ingredients, too much beets, too much mixing.
Right.
I already had an issue going on with my gut, so I had to be sensitive with it.
So you've helped a lot of people reverse a lot of things.
Yeah.
Folks with high blood pressure, diabetes. You had even one customer who no longer has cancer.
That's right.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes. So a lot of people come to me with health issues going on with their body, expecting me to heal them. And I tell them the first step is you are your healer. Remove that doubt from your body. Once we start doing that, we can work on a regimen. So with consistency, over a handful of my tribe members were able to naturally heal their body. Now, specifically, one of my tribe members, she came in, she said, Reesy, I went to the doctor, I had a tumor on my breast. She's a breast cancer survivor. And she said, I also had a tumor on my lung. She had met me at the farmer's market too, y'all. By the way, I'm not there no more. So. But listen, y'all.
She elevated. She elevated.
Right. That's right. I looked her straight in the face and I said, tribe, you got it. I said, this is what I want you to do. This is what we're going to do. So she was doing the chemo as well. So, it's certain things that I took her off of and added her into her regimen, of course, with the help of her doctor. And then about maybe a month later, she came, she said, Reesy, I got some good news. I said, what's that good news? She said they did an IT scan. I believe it's called an IT scan. And she said, they don't see that tumor on my lung no more. I said, you better come on.
That is amazing. I love hearing stories like that, because it really reminds us that change is possible.
That's right.
And healing is possible.
That's right.
If we just fuel our bodies with the things that our body needs.
Exactly.
It is amazing what the body will do, and we don't just have to accept the diagnosis as the final. Like, this is it.
Yes.
This is it. That everything can be changed. So you're getting ready to do something. Little sister's getting ready to do something real big. She elevates. She's opening up a new storefront. I want you to tell the folks, how they can reach you and about your Well, a little bit. You can't really talk about it yet.
Yes,
but
tell them a little bit. Tell them a little something.
absolutely. So we got a little secret we gonna hold for y'all just
Okay.
for a little bit. Sometimes you gotta hold your blessings back because you never know who's praying on your downfall. You understand what I'm saying?
That's a message. That's a message.
That's a message, y'all. Somebody take that with y'all and remember that everybody ain't your friend. But those who are meant for you, you gonna feel it. If you feel your hair stand up when I'm talking, I'm meant for you. If you over there side-eyeing, I'm not meant for you, and I love you still. So, what I have coming up, I want y'all to pull y'all phones out. Everybody, if you can pull your phone out. If you go to either Instagram, you already follow me, big brother.
Okay.
Or TikTok, whichever one. I'm not on Facebook, unfortunately, but you can find me on Google. You're gonna search on Instagram or TikTok, Juiiced. I don't see you searching me, Queen. I'm just kidding, love. You're amazing. I know, I remember. And that's UP, so that's Juiced Up, Juiiced, UPREESY. I have a special coupon for each one of y'all who click on my website. Is going to be Harold, his name, literally, HAROD. Enter that if you order your sea moss, your lemonade. You guys are going to get some major love shown to y'all because I appreciate y'all stepping out, pulling out. My website is www.juicedopreesyloc.com. You can order from there. Yes, we offer shipping. And you can download my mobile app too. And also on Street Food Truck Finder, you can find us all over the city. We also travel. You know, we're doing a juice tour where we're traveling to different states. And of course, we had to come here. When my big brother said, "Can you pull up?" I said, "Yes." Schedule cleared out.
And I don't know if y'all saw, did you bring the truck?
I brought the truck, yeah.
So she got, look, last year, you purchased a truck last year.
Yeah,
So
for
she
my
has
birthday.
beautiful truck. And she's just doing major things. And I'm so very proud of her.
Thank you.
And just really appreciate you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for all that you do. You're amazing. Look how many people you got up. We didn't even have enough chairs, okay? We had to go get more chairs. You guys showed up and y'all showed out. Look at y'all faces. My guys, beautiful people. I'm proud of y'all. Oftentimes, we are the hardest on ourselves. I want y'all to look yourself in the mirror today and ask yourself, what's more beautiful? What's more powerful? What's more amazing than me? Not me, Reesy, you.
Right.
You guys. What is more amazing, powerful, and beautiful than you? Nothing. If you haven't juiced yet, juice.
So now, we want to give a chance if you have any questions for my little sister. Or if you have any questions for me.
I have a question. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My question is, I'm very impressed with your story.
Thank you.
I am an African, and when I came to this country, me and my husband, we wanted to adopt. And at the time, we were in New Jersey, but they gave us some, should I say, problem, or the process seemed to be taking so long because my husband had some accident years back in New York, so we were not able to adopt. So when you brought up the issue of children being in foster care, it's kind of touched me because we were not able, simply because he had an accident years back in New York. But other than that, I see many women nowadays going for surgeries, you know, and they come out telling their fellow women, hey, you just need to go to the surgery and you do this and you do that. But they hide a lot.
That's
Things like they will be on medication for the rest of their life. So I was just wondering, are you that type? Did you do your surgery and you coming back and telling people to juice?
I'm gonna get that mic for this.
That's the mic.
Absolutely not. That's that type that I was just telling you about. You got to be careful on social media. The great thing about me is I post my journey. I post the real me. When I went from foster home to foster home, I had to character switch. And what I mean by character switch, I had to act like a whole different person. I'm full of energy. I have always been full of this love and energy, but I had to be that quiet little girl in those foster homes in hopes of them keeping me and not getting kicked out to go with my bag. full of it got emptier each time with my belongings to each home. So when it was important to me, when I finally made me a social media and showed myself to the world, that I showed up as the real me. You either take me or you leave me. So without my journey, I showed the fat me, which you see on that before and after back there. And I also showed the process of me losing weight, what I did. So I highly encourage you, if you put that phone out, if you have that social media, follow me. Go on my website, check that out, check out my story. And I got a couple tribe members in this room too, who've been rocking with me from the beginning. And they also see when I was big, then small. And that's the amazing thing about how I built my tribe up. I started when I was overweight and unhealthy. I didn't wait. As I started to heal that irritable bowel syndrome and see that juicing work, I started to research about how to start a juice company. And when I started that juice company, I started when I was at overweight and unhealthy, and I healed right in front of my tribe members' face. And some of them wish they started with me. So it's amazing. Thanks for asking that and not being afraid to ask that. It's a lot of cappers out here. That ain't me though. Thank you.
Any other questions for Reesy?
Don't be afraid, y'all. Y'all want to know some recipes? Let's go. Come on, boo.
I want to know one for high blood pressure.
Okay. One that I would recommend for high blood pressure. Now remember, I'm not a medical provider. Nothing that I say should be taken as medical advice. It's based off of my personal experiences and for educational purposes only. That keeps my lawyers happy, the FDA happy, all
You
of
have to
that.
get that
okay?
disclaimer.
That's right. High blood pressure, I would absolutely recommend beets. Beets is incredible for high blood pressure. Now, watermelon is even more better because watermelon is 92% water. And if you do your research on watermelon, you'll see citrulline and lipocene, which is amazing. Now, when winter comes and you don't have access to seeded watermelon, because you want to use seeded, any fruit that I'm talking about, y'all, I'm talking about seeded. It comes straight from nature, okay? If you don't have access to the seeded watermelon, you'll find another fruit that has that lipocene or citrulline, which is two key components that I just gave y'all for free for y'all to look up. You're welcome, beautiful. What else y'all got?
Question back there. Mark.
So you mentioned about IBS, like the women in my family, my wife, they both experienced that. So what did you do in that, in the juicing or the healthy eating process to reverse that?
See, a lot of y'all ain't gonna like this one, okay? Because what I'm gonna tell y'all is the truth. How I healed my irritable bowel syndrome was I cut a lot of unhealthy things out of my lifestyle, like animal products, dairy. See, what irritable bowel syndrome is chronic inflammation of the gut. All right, so once you understand that the gut is literally your second brain, I know we read that and they say that, but a lot of people don't believe that, but it's the truth. Our gut produces a happy hormone, serotonin. And that's 95%. When our gut is unhealthy, that produces things like mood, depression. So I would recommend giving the body a break from animal products and putting more whole foods in there, especially greens, because when I was suffering from irritable bowel syndrome, I was barely eating salads. I was eating fried chicken, fish, mac and cheese was my thing. I talk about on the podcast, I highly recommend if y'all haven't watched me and my big brother podcast, when I lost over 60 pounds, watch that, okay? Because I talk about how addicted I was to dairy. It was literally mental for me. Sometimes I'll be like, sprinkle a little cheese. And that was the cause of a lot of things that I was suffering from in my gut. So one of the juices that I healed my body with for my irritable bowel syndrome is that pineapple juice y'all all been tasting. It's pineapple ginger. Add that into your queen lifestyle. Even if you purchase from me or make it at home yourself. I know my big brother just dropped a book. Look that up. Read that because they have a lot of recipes in there. It's very healing. It's powerful. But you got to also believe, remove that doubt from your body, and they got to be with you too. Thank you, Mark.
I have one question. What would you recommend for, as far as juicing for fatty liver?
For a fatty liver, I would recommend watermelon or any melons like cantaloupe, honeydew melon, as they are water. The fat in the liver can be rinsed out. Also that beets, because beets is literally a detoxifier for the liver. I have a blue juice back there. It's called Beach Please. It has blue spirulina in it. Blue spirulina is a protein. It's a powder that you can also incorporate in your lifestyle as well.
Type 2 diabetes.
Type 2 diabetes is a tricky one because that one is a blood sugar disease. So not only is it juice that I would recommend, it's a lifestyle change, adding more whole foods into your lifestyle because diabetes is a sugar disease, eating a lot of carbohydrates. So fries, when you eat fries, even that carbohydrate turns to sugar in the body. So you got to be careful with that. You're welcome.
Okay, we're gonna take 2 more questions and then we're gonna Shaka Zulu.
Then he got warmed up now.
My love in the back with the hand up. Stand up for me so I can see your face. Yeah, you. Hey.
I have 2 questions actually. My
Okay.
first question is for Harold. What is the benefit of the black seed oil? And my second question is, what is a good recipe for high cholesterol?
Okay.
So, I discovered black seed oil when I was first diagnosed with cancer from our herbalist. And what she told me was that it killed cancer cells. And so I started taking it, and she had me taking it 3 times a day. And I still take it to this day.
And if I can add on to Harold's black seed oil, oh my gosh, one time I was I'm telling y'all the truth, a real experience. I was experiencing heaviness on my lungs. I can't explain it besides heaviness. It felt like, a lot of toxins. So I started to drink my sweet tea, mullein, red raspberry, and peppermint, and take that black seed oil. I immediately started throwing up mucus. It is incredible for mucus expelling. So lung problems, diabetes, that black seed oil is powerful. Yeah. And I forgot your other question. I would recommend grapefruit. Grapefruit literally helps to cleanse out our cholesterol. It is so powerful, whether you blend it or juice it, grapefruit for high cholesterol.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So my question is about, do you have certifications? And if you do, what time, if we want to get into juicing, like what kind of education should we go for?
Absolutely, so I'm self-certified. A lot of people believe that you have to have a doctor's degree to have that type of knowledge, but not at all. As you see, I healed my body. I have tons of tribe members that I naturally heal. I do also offer a certification for my juicepreneur students. If you want to learn how to properly juice and heal your body with juicing, as well as start you a juice therapist company, a mobile juice bar, I have those classes and courses coming up soon. I have a course on June 9th, y'all. It's a free webinar. I'm literally just going to be teaching y'all everything that I know. Well, some of the things about how to naturally heal with juicing. So it's powerful. I highly recommend y'all join that. And again, I don't know if someone heard that. Oftentimes we have doctors that just go to school to get a degree, but they don't even really know what they're doing. They put y'all symptoms in the system. Do you understand what I'm saying? And prescribe y'all different type of medicines and things. Don't be afraid to think that you can't go read the same books as they're reading. I went to the Goodwill and I got that American Medical Association, a book, the same book the nurses go to school to read, and I read it myself. So you guys do the same thing. We have one more question in the back, and then Shaka Zulu gonna come up. Hopefully that's for you. Fibroids, I would recommend berries, all type of berries. It is very, very powerful. I also would recommend, King, can you hand me that box right there? I know we got to get Shaka Zulu up, so I'm going to go real quick, and hopefully this answers a lot of other questions that you guys may have. I brought this molasses. I highly recommend you guys get you some molasses in the body. A lot of melanated people usually suffer from iron deficiency. This is what you want to get your iron from, not beets. Beets actually blocks absorption in the body. I know y'all thinking, Reesy, what? Yes, it does. So you got to be careful. Again, get y'all some molasses. For that fibroids, this right here is called clove. This is a very powerful herb. It's anti-inflammatory, antiseptic, antidiuretic. It is so amazingly powerful. It's numbing. A lot of dentists use it for the antiseptic properties because it has that numbing effect. You want to get that. This is so powerful.
It's good for your breath too.
Yeah.
For your breath.
Yeah. You like some mouthwash with it when you travel?
Spell that word out.
Clove.
Molasses. No. Molasses.
Y'all got y'all phone? Take a picture of this.
Molasses.
MOLASSES. Feel free. Oh, I said it wrong. Y'all know I'm from the north, so I'm making my own words. And then I want this very important thing that you talk about a lot.
Oh, the key lime. So this is my deodorant. Y'all. Key lime or lime living. You know, there are a lot of toxins in some of the things we put on our bodies, lotions, deodorant, that we don't talk about. And particularly people who have gone through a breast cancer experience really need to be careful about what you put on your skin.
Yeah. So this is so powerful. Even if you start squeezing you some key lime juice or lemon juice in the water, it's alkaline, and spring water is already naturally alkaline. Don't believe that scam of alkaline waters. It's amazing. I love y'all. Thank y'all.
All right, give Reesy Daniels another big round of applause.